Hi, and welcome to my 100-day project. If you don't know what the 100-day project is, please look at my video from day 1, where I will explain everything. I have put a link in the video, in the description box below the video here, and there's also a link to the whole playlist with all the days from my 100-day project. This week's video is from day 92 to 98, and I'm nearly done. And also I can say this is week 14 this week here. As you can see, I keep all my small pieces here in this brass metal box, and it is quite full, but I hope there's room enough for the last couple of days, and I think there is, and perhaps for another week. I don't know yet, but I keep the small pieces I haven't been working on here, and my substrate is watercolor paper 200 GSM, and it is 7 by 15 centimeters. Yeah, I think that was all, so let us begin. I have decided to make all my 7 pieces for this week here with papers I have used the method, an old Japanese method called Momigami. And the short version, or telling what it is you have some paper and you crumble it until it almost feels like fabric. I have some different papers. All the papers are painted with acrylic paint, and some of it is from brown bags, and some of it is from packing things in, and yeah, I think these are, and depending on the quality of the paper, it sometimes you get holes in them, and when you have crumbled enough, and some are stiffer than others. But you can also, you can see this paper here wasn't very sturdy, so there are holes in it, but I quite like that. But you can also make bigger sheets, and this is from a roll of drawing paper I have bought in IKEA. And I have just painted it with different paints, tone in tone, but that's why I like it. You can paint whatever colors you like. And then in the evening, when I'm sitting on seeing TV, I take such a sheet and then I start crumble it. Perhaps I should make a little video showing how I do it. Yeah, perhaps I'll do that. But so this is all the sheets, and I have many more, but I picked these colors here because it's my favorite colors, and I'm nearly through the end. I think I can be a little good to myself and use colors I like. When you crumble the papers, some people like to put a little bit of oil in your hands when you crumble. You can also use magazine papers. They become a little more different if the magazine is a shiny one or glitter one. Yeah, there are so many options. But I think this is what I will be playing with, these papers today and for the rest of this week. Yeah, let us begin. Today is day, let me see, 92. And it is, yeah, you better write it while I remember it. 92, and it is the 19th of May 2024. Yeah. So that's this place there. I will use these 2 papers here, I think, to start with a big color bang here. This is a really pop color. Yeah. And let me see, do I want a piece where there's a hole in the paper or don't I? I don't know yet, but and a piece of this here. This one is much easier to tear. Something like this. Yeah, do I want a hole there? Of course, I can always put another piece over the hole. Yeah, I think I will do that. In other embroideries, I would have taken advantage of that hole and done something with it, but since it's only just a small paper piece like this, it is, and I don't think there are holes in all the rest of the papers for this week, so I think I like the torn edges up there, like this. Yeah, so take a little of this off. Put them aside, and then I will take my glue. It's just an ordinary glue stick, and give it a good amount of glue. Stick it down here and try to center it a little. And I don't really squeeze it down or burnish it very much. Yeah, I burnish it down, but it is with my light finger because I want all the crevices and creases and all the texture to be in the paper. That's the whole point of doing this Momigami, is to keep it textured. Something like this. Yeah. Oh, I can take it in. So, like this. I will let it dry for just a couple of minutes. I think it is dry enough so I can stitch on it now. Since this is paper and this is paper, I don't think I want to embellish it with all kinds of bits and bobs. I would only use this Momigami paper. But I have this thread. It is a paper thread. And you can dye it, and I had dyed it in this color black here, and you can dye it in all colors. I dyed with the colors that is called Trojan, and I dye them in my microwave, just small portions at a time. Again, I've told you this before, but I'm a member of the Danish Yarn Association, and it's called yarn.dk, and they have this yarn, and you have to be a member to buy on their homepage or their website. A fee once a year, a small fee once a year, and to be a member you have to pay a bigger fee. but you can go in and look, and the website is also in English, and it is called yarn.dk. But I like this yarn. The only thing is you can knit with it and weave with it, and I like to embroider with it. But you have to be a little more careful when you embroider with this yarn in comparing to embroidery floss. I'm not sure what it is called in English, but sometimes they make these like such a thing here. You have to have the straight stitch to drag it through your paper. In Danish it is called in kinke, and I don't know if Google Translate calls it kinks, but I don't know if that's the correct term. But I think I will, since this is square and this is a square and this is a square, nearly a square, I will do a row of square stitches down there and then decide if I want to do something in there. And now the $100 question is, do I want to do it with black or white? And perhaps this is too harsh, this black one, so I think I will take the off-white one. So let me put that aside and take my ugly colored plastic here so I can punch. And here is my punch thing. And I like them to be quite even. That's why I use a ruler. Of course you can just punch, and the holes will be like what they will be, but I would like to make them somehow even. So I push for every half a centimeter. Like this, and then I can see my holes, and then I will line my ruler up here again. A little down there. It feels quite different to punch through this Momigami paper here, instead of when I'm just poking through a jelly print or something else. It isn't so, yeah, it's not tough, but I can feel a little resistance. But you can see all my holes nice and nearly straight. So I will take my thread here and I will come up here and sorry for my arm, take a little piece of tape and secure my thread, and then I go up, straight up to that hole, go over here, and down. Now we have two straight stitches. Now I go the other way, up in that hole, and down here, down in that hole. Yeah, you could hear it nearly. That is when they are doing such a small kink. Yeah, if it's called that. And then you just don't drag all you can, because then you're making holes in your papers. bottom of the square like this, and then you have a small square. I don't think it is important if you do it correctly, but if you do it correctly, you will get a cross on the back side of your paper or your fabric. But to me that doesn't matter, as long as it looks like a square on the front. I think they are quite nice. Up here, down, up here, down, and the last stitch here. I think you got the hang of it, so I will sew this row down and be back. Yeah, now I'm done with all the square stitches down there, and then I just made a little, or a bigger one with double thread there. And you can see sometimes I succeeded in making them the right way, and then when I got thinking of everything else, I missed some, but you can't see it on the front side, and who cares about the back side. So this was day 92, so see you again tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to day 93, and it is the 20th of May. And here I have used nearly white creamy color acrylic paint, and this is I think a very dark brown with perhaps I have mixed a little black in it, I can't quite remember, and some of this strong sour yellow, and yeah, just back stitches and back stitches in a cross and a little grace snoot there. So yeah, that was a quick one. Hi and welcome to day 94, and it is 21 of May, and this one is also quite simple. This ochre color, and again this same color as yesterday, this brown black thing, and this is just straight stitches and straight stitches. It can't be more simple, but it's quite beautiful. It is, even though it's so simple. So yeah, this was today, so I'll see you tomorrow. I have these two colors here, and blue isn't normally a color I gravitate to, but I think they look nice together, so I think I will see if I can use them. This is a quite this side is quite wonky, but since the other 3 days have been so straight, maybe it's nice with a little wonky one. A clip piece of this here. Oh, it feels really strange to tear this one. Wonder what it has been. I can overlap it here, like perhaps like this. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So let me put this one down first. Again, I will take my glue stick with my fresh juicy glue. There, and with Mom's light hand, No pushing and squeezing here. And then the blue strip. Something like this, yeah. Perhaps I can just turn it this way here. Just lightly burnish it down. Yeah. This is quite a dull, or it is not something that is popping out in your face. So maybe it needs a little contrast. Perhaps this one is better than this one. Something like this, perhaps. No, also put it in the blue area. Yeah, perhaps that is better. And then I can sew something down there. Yeah, I think I will do that. Like this. And then I will let it be for a couple of minutes for the glue to dry. I think if pieces are so dry I can stitch into them, but I have forgotten the day. And it is day 95 and it is 22 of May 2024. Yeah, we're nearly there. So when I look at it, I think I want to do some fly stitches, and perhaps I will turn them this way here instead. And now the question is, do I want them this way or... Yeah, I think I will turn them this way. So again, I will take my punch thing here. As I have said many times before, you can make one of your own with a corkscrew and a darning needle. Just pull the needle up here and give it a little squeeze of glue there. Let it dry, and then you have a thing to punch with. Yeah, but let me see here. I think I will make them quite big, but we will see for the first one how it looks. And I hope I like it, because the holes are there now. And that's the thing about poking in paper. The holes isn't going away like they are in fabric. So I just hold my thumb here in the loop and come up in the little hole there. And drag it through here and go down in the hole there, like this. Yeah, or instead maybe I could do the second one way, the second one's the other way. I think I will see if I can do that. That could maybe look nice. There are so many options you can do. There are so many things you can do. But you come up in the hole to the left and go down, and the left right hole, come up in the middle poked hole, and then you make the stem, or what can you call it, and go down here. And when I look at them now, I don't think they are very visible. I think I will unravel it and try it with the black line, this thread instead, and see if this is more visible. I will be back. Yeah, that was much better. It would be a waste of time to sew so many stitches and not being able to see them. So I'm glad I changed the color. But you come up, go down, hold the thumb here in the loop, come up in the middle hole, and inside the loop, drag a little in the threads and go down in the bottom hole. And again, turn it around here, come up in the left hole, down in the right hole, up in the middle hole, and drag a little here, and down in the bottom hole. And they look like this. I will do the whole strip down here and be back. So, done with day 95, and I have just continued the row down and make a big fly stitch down there. Oh, I'll remove this one, and it looks like this. I think these two colors are too close to each other, and there isn't contrast enough. So it's not, even though I like the stitching, it is not working so well, I think. So I hope I have better luck tomorrow, but see you there. Bye bye. Hello, and welcome to day 96. Yeah, 96, and this is 23rd of May, and I think this one works much better than the one yesterday, because there's enough contrast between these two colors, and I really like these small frayed things sticking out there. So it is just cross stitches, and I have made this with a double thread. Again, quite simple, but I like also the coloring up there, so I'm quite satisfied with this one. So see you again tomorrow. Hello, and welcome to day 97. Yeah, and it is the 24th of May. This one I like, but perhaps I should have done some small French knots in white up here, but I can always do it later, but I just got thinking of it now. Here I've used the black paper thread to make French knots and some straight stitches, and you can see they kink and they do strange things, so it wasn't very easy to sew these. It is not something I would recommend if you want your knots to be very neat. But on the other hand, I like these wonky bubbly ones here, so I like the contrast between these two colors here, so I think it works quite well. So tomorrow is the last day in this week, and then there will be only 2 days more to go. Yeah, but I will talk a little more about it next week, but perhaps I will make a full week if there's room in my box, but I can see when I've put them down here and how much room there is left. But see you again tomorrow. Hello, and welcome to the last day in this week, and today is day 98, and it is the 25th of May 2024. Yeah, I have decided to use these two colors here for the last one, and there's really contrast in them. So yeah, let me see. I think I will have a piece of this. Otherwise we turn this around, and I will have a piece of this in the top. that fits quite well. And then I will have a piece of this here in the bottom. It is really strange to tear this paper, and it doesn't make the same noises and when I tear just copy paper. So yeah, something like this. Yeah, they are made for this piece of paper here, or my substrate here. I think I will glue them down, not to bother much more about this, and just take a decision and glue it down. Like this, and again carefully, not pushing too hard. And again I will let that little piece sit there because I like it, and there was a wrinkle there and I don't mind that either. And then this piece here. Ding ding ding. I think I will turn it around this way. So I have a frayed edge there and a frayed edge there, and this is the edge of, like, from the old paper. There's not done anything there. Yeah, like this, and then I will glue it down. Oh, that is really naughty, this here. To put a stripe of this here. But I think I would be naughty and do it. This, yeah, I quite like it. And again I will let it dry and thread my needle and be back. Oh my, this color combination looks quite ugly, so I will really be quick and punch some holes so I don't have to look at this. It is hurting my eyes, but I have decided I will do I don't know if there's a fancy name for them in English, but chain stitches, you know. But this is a chain stitch with a long tail, you can say. So I will just make a hole and a hole and go down there. Hole, hole, go down. Yeah, I would poke these three stitches first and see. And I have tried, I'll remove them, this thread and the white, and somehow you see the white more. It is a little strange because you should have thought that the black thread would be more visible, but I don't think it is. But you only discover that by doing the stitches and look at them, and you can see if you like the black or the white, like the one with the fly stitches. There it was so obvious that it wasn't invisible. It wasn't visible to see. So I come up here in the top hole, go down in this in the same hole again, and make a loop. Put my thumb in the loop, come up in the middle hole, there, and then I drag, and I don't drag hard because then it would just be 2 long straight stitches, but like this, and go down in the hole here in the bottom, this hole down here. So I can show you again. I go up in the first hole and down in the same hole again, and then I put my thumb here and I come up in the middle hole and drag the thread through carefully like this, and then I go down here in the bottom. And now you can see that is what I mean, this kinking. You have to be careful and not just drag the thread through, and you can damage your paper. But you go down in the top hole, you can nearly hear when it is kinking like it was now, and you come up in the middle and carefully like this, and you go down in the bottom here, and then you have these chain stitches with a tail. And if there's another name for them, please let me know. I will do all the way over here and be back. So done with this one. Somehow they reminded me of tulips perhaps, and I couldn't help myself. I had to make a black one going that way. So I like this one. So yeah, this was this week here, week 14. And now it is just to see what I come up with next week. So I hope you would give this Momigami a try yourself. It isn't difficult. It just takes its time to squeeze and crumble the papers a long time before they feels like fabric. But if you liked my little 100-day project here, please give it a thumbs up, and perhaps you would consider subscribing my little channel. That would make me very happy, and that would be very nice of you. So until next week, take care, be creative, and bye bye for now.